First, savoir faire. 58%. All right. Here we go, chat. Let's do it. Oh, and just like that, we're back. How's everybody doing? Okay, all right. Back to the game. Let's turn the game music back on. Flip ourselves back over and continue. All right, back into the cab we go. A lorry, abandoned by its owner, stuck in an interminable traffic jam. For those of you that need the quick catch up, we're looking in the lady driver's cab. We had to like wreck Tommy in order to get it, which is unfortunate. He's not going to be our friend anymore. But that's life sometimes. That's, you know. And by that's life sometimes, I mean sometimes chat makes you do mean things to people that you like. But, you know, that's, you know, I don't think they really feel that upset about it, if I'm being honest. And why should they? They didn't do anything. I did. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. Ah, did we disappoint Tommy? Rough. Yes, we did. Merbles, you're back. I've told 3 different people now that you were gone and the chat was different as a result. It's good to see that you're finally back. Yeah, we talked to, let's see, let me catch you up. We talked to Joyce, and she was like, something drug trafficking. Also, Everard Clare has a twin brother with a lazy eye that he like switches with as like the head of the union. And then we came and we talked to all the people like C Lang and the racist lorry driver and Pale driver and Tommy, like around in circles a few times until we eventually got Tommy to give us the key to this lorry, the lady driver's lorry. C Lang actually ended up being particularly useful. Anyways, welcome back. It's good to see you, Marbles. I hope you've had a good week. How's it been? The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. Admire the posters. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films, from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the backfold. Study the centerfold. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She is looking past the camera. Inland Empire, challenging success, 12 out of 12. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy. Electrochemistry, medium success, 12 out of 10. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put a finger on whom exactly. Enough of the posters. The actresses and the rare actor all smile you a warm goodbye. The radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat. Examine the radio. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver. The lieutenant leans closer to the radio and hums. Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. Why would anyone need so many radio stations? For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. He flicks a switch on the radio. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we're dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite the range, too. Is there anything we can do with the radio? Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without the dial key. What else is here? Conclude. So if we find a radio key at some point, we gotta come back here. The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat. Check the pedals. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown here by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Logic, easy success. 8 out of 8. Sandpaper adds grip. Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle for extra grip. Sandpaper, the lieutenant repeats. A novel technique. The sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole. Yes, he likes the way this is going. Esprit de corps, medium success, 11 out of 10. Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself. One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other. Ooh. +5 experience gained, which means that the lady driver was present at the lynching. The lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lens. And she's also the one running a drug trade. What a handful. First the drug smuggling, now this. How deep does the rabbit hole go? Women. Always up to something terrible. Yeah, what a handful. We've identified one of the footprints, but there are still 7 to go. He writes something in his little blue notebook. And the movie stars are still smiling from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a pull-out toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. Pull out. What is the player character's name? We don't know. I've been calling him Dave. I really don't think that's his name, but that's what I've been calling him. Pull out the pull-out toolbox. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty except for a folded newspaper. Unfold the newspaper. It's an issue of the Periferique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. Pick up the note. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system. Pain threshold, 10 out of 10, medium success. Peripherique, yes. Like periphery, I get it. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache. The lieutenant leans over your shoulder to examine the note. The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but his thought trails off, pushing the pull-out toolbox. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes. Close the door. You close the rusty old lorry door. Great, I think we got everything. A word, detective? He steps away from the lorry. Before we return to Joyce?
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim? I think I did study the centerfold. Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by the radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the ULAN frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. How do you think this is connected to the Union? We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation, but somehow I doubt Everett Clare would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery eel, but we just might be able to pin them down indirectly, down the road. Will the RCM open an investigation into this? We should return to the murder case, see what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we're done for the day, I'll call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we're done here. We do not want to get caught in that. He stops to think. What are you thinking? The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre group is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome. Corruption? He nods. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either. What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all this? As elegant as they are, I don't think are relevant to the drug trade. Electrochemistry, 12 out of 10, medium success. Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role. A lot of women in there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Yes, well, he doesn't say more. Esprit de corps, 11 out of 10, medium success. Unimportant? Okay. Okay, debrief over? Debrief over, he nods. After you. Let's see what's here. Report back to Joyce. All right, we've done it. It's also, what, 9 p.m. now? Yeah. Which means we can go back to apartment number 28 at some point. Though I think that might be tomorrow instead of today. Let's see if the... Okay, well it just says sometime after 2100. We might be able to check that after we talk to Joyce. Let's go check it out. Oh, somebody's pinging me. Blah, blah, blah. Run, 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 run. All the way across the town. They put these two things all the way across the map so that you'd feel like you're finding something important. And Joyce is still here. She just stands on a boat all night long.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
She takes a sip from her silvery thermal cup. I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout. Task complete. Experience gain plus 70. Level up! Get ready! Yes, my eyes on the harbor have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? Wait, where exactly are these eyes located? Doesn't really matter. I do apologize for the surveillance. Wildpides can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume what you discovered there is an operation. They're missing a from there. That happens every once in a blue moon. The game's like 99% polished. Anyways. She's trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tell you otherwise. It's okay, Victor. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Authority, medium success, 10 out of 10. I can catch you up if you're curious what's going on in the story. The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours. Let's let the lieutenant handle it. If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand. Of course, detective, she says, her tone more cautious suddenly. In any case, you've held up your end of the arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands. Half-light, easy, success, 9 out of 9. The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries. What was that about a bloodbath? Yes, I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Revachol West. Since you're sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario. Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. How are the lynching and the strike connected? I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. As they call it my security detail. A momentary lapse of faith. They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer. Every worker. A member of the board, she nods. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor. Do you need a security detail? Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering. Who are they, exactly? Crenell and, Oranjese military company. As far as I can, Oranyese, probably. An Oranyese, military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment. So what happened? The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling and rags and lynched last Sunday night. What then? Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbor. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders. For now. For now. You got 3 grilled cheese sandwiches. You received 3 of them. Oh. So did you get an extra sandwich, or are you missing 3 sandwiches? I assume you got an extra one. Like it's 3 cheeses. Yeah, the hyphen and the 3 cheese. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow. What is the nature of this so-called investigation? Man, between the sandwiches and the drizzly order that you had a while ago, Ikatar, sounds like you've been getting a lot of free stuff. Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. You've made a mess here. I have to say, this is not Disco. Maybe the investigations can team up, share resources and intelligence. Boy, oh boy, that is not good. The amount of cheese must have confused the sandwich makers. Yeah, sure. It's not good. No. A wave crashes against the side of her boat. My only hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, she grabs hold of the mainsail. If you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This, in turn, will force the Union to respond. Authority, medium, success, 10 out of 10. They would have to project strength and power. The debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1. Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? She leans back. It's not pretty. These men work in tandem, using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. She is silent for a moment, then concludes. As I said, a bloodbath. Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing? Many bleak scenarios have already come true. She looks at you, eyes damp from the wind. Nameless, badgeless detection of the citizens' militia. Gained experience plus 30. Joyce's info on the lynching. Man, we got like an entire level's worth of information from Joyce there. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse the situation. What can you tell me about Cornell? Not much. Their public resume is relatively good. As far as private military contractors go, I believe they were once called Downwell. Inland Empire, challenging success, 12 out of 12. Down a deep black well. They boast a long list of clients. St. Baptiste, Welchman Lawrence, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such. Is there such a thing as a fourth world country? For reference, first world countries refer to countries aligned with America during the Cold War. Second world countries are the USSR and its allies. Third world countries are countries like not big enough to be important in that struggle at the time. I don't know what a fourth world country would be. Like Antarctica, where there just like aren't enough people? South Sudan? In what respect, Ikatar? Meaning they're used to operating in war zones. Comes from the alignments in World War II. I thought it was from the Cold War. Countries that didn't exist at the time. I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, on with the thing. Yeah, this is just, it's interesting because, like, this isn't, like, I don't know that it's, like, Earth, but it's, like, kind of like Earth, except that this is, like, a weird, like, polyglot place with, like, a lot of different cultures. Maybe that's more common in Europe. Maybe this is only weird to me. I mean, I think that this game was made by Estonian game makers, so, like, this might only be weird because I'm American, but just a little off. Yes, all the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yisat, the Semines Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. It's more not Earth the more you learn. Fair enough. Okay, anything else you got on them? Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources, she thinks. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though, she thinks. Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am? Ah, 9-4, here we go. The term Third World arose during the Cold War to define countries that remained not aligned with either NATO or the Warsaw Pact. The United States, Canada, Japan, South Korea, Western European nations and their allies represented the First World, while the Soviet Union, China, Cuba, and their allies represented the Second World. Yeah, I knew it. Alright, I'm not going crazy. In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I would be dealing with a group like Crenel. Could you contact the company? Tell them to call them off? I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us. You said the deceased assaulted a woman? Or he didn't. She tilts her head. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. Who did the passing on? The remaining contractors. Their tribunal. It's what they believe. What did these teenagers by the canal say? Oh. The remaining contract. Okay, sure. What? Oh, the teenagers told the contractors, and the contractors told her. Okay, alright. That was confusing. What did these teenagers by the canal say? that the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinet. Is that the lady driver that's missing? The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyes knitted in concentration. Also, this game is getting really dark. Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place and when? Last Sunday night, at the Whirling and Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dockworkers got their hands on him. And who is this woman? That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe. Inland Empire, medium success, 12 over 10. You'll meet her soon enough, you feel. This colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him? If you mean, did I see him alive? Yes, but I did not know him. Empathy, challenging, success, 12 over 12. You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face nor in her voice. But she had sympathy for this man. You liked him. Liked is a bit strong, she tosses her head. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills. His name was Laley. His service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one. Tell me about the others first. One man, Cordy, they call him, a nickname as well. The other, a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Cordy is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator. Oh, maybe she's the lorry driver. The lieutenant cuts in. What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's? She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head. I can't remember. There's a pang of regret in her voice. That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age? He was 40 or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury in his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age or gauge his facial expressions. What else? Nationality? Accent? He was Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent. Oranjese, or Messinian, maybe? His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury, she nods. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once. Where are the remaining two mercs now? They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. She puts her foot on the guard wire for balance. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes, ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting. Authority, medium success, 10 out of 10. Vigilantes? You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol. We still need to know where they are. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved. Logic, medium, 10, 42%. Where are these mercenaries? It's a red track, can't be retried. All right, we haven't been polling enough. We're going to give you guys the poll right here. New poll. Try logic. I want to know. Better play it safe. All right. Give it to me, chat. Are we trying logic or not? Do we want to know? Do we want to play it safe? Oh, I can vote in polls. Fascinating. Huh. Well. We're still waiting. We got a couple votes in there. We're waiting on a couple more. And in the meantime, while that poll's going, let me see who's in chat. We obviously have Ecotar. JK Tull is here. Mama Bear's here. Hey, Mama Bird. Melon Dog. Merbles. And Victor. Excellent. Yeah, dude. I can rig the vote. Well, I can only vote once. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't seen the recap from last time, let me see if I can pull it up here. One sec. Copy link address. Okay, here's the recap of week 3. You guys should check that out. We were so unlucky, it's ridiculous. Anyways, it appears that this says I want to know, although it comes in a lime green color, so let me open the poll in the place that I can view it here. Yeah, I want to know. Damage morale, -1. Medium failure. You guys keep screwing me. This is so embarrassing. You have no idea. There's something wrong with your brain. Luckily, the lieutenant still has his. +5 experience gained. Ma'am, with all due respect, I have been around Martinez, and there's a giant hulk of a man in ill-fitting clothes at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. His heart really isn't in it. Not a terribly good actor, that one. Still. And the other one, DePaul, must be in one of the 4-story buildings overlooking the roundabout. She was reporting back to you while we were canvassing the lorry drivers. Mama Bear getting in the chat. Haha. +5 experience gained. That would afford a good vantage point. She nods, poised and unperturbed. Still, I hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest. How much time do we have? Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience. Yeah, Murbal's that OG crowd. That find you on Twitch without any pretenses crowd. Yeah, Murbles, you got to bring your real life friends here. This is how you mix friend groups, obviously. They don't report their progress to you. Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. There is a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay. Inland Empire, challenging success, 12 out of 12. 5 days, not more, maybe sooner. It's a matter of days, not weeks. That's enough for now. I'm so sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there's anything else I can help you with, please ask. Alright, let's see. Oh. We're worse off because we didn't tell her. Okay, now can you tell me about these tattoos? Show her the photo. Of course. Excuse my hesitation before. She reaches over the guard wire and takes the photo, holds it in her hand. For about half a minute in silence. It was taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is a man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs. Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression. Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface. Empathy, challenging success, 12 out of 12. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver. Has she seen dead bodies before? It's likely. What do you think? Sorry, she breaks her concentration. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. She points to one on the photo paper. I can't, but that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Like stars in the sky? +5 experience gained. Close, she nods. Port cities. This is an Oran Hesse map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the DeLorean century over 300 years ago. The sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. What is the use of this map? The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it. Inland Empire, medium, success, 12 out of 11. Where is he now? This one is going nowhere but the morgue. I've spoken to him. For now, the soul is fastened inside his corpse. She remains unfazed. That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse. What travels did the dead man make? Quite a few. Vredeford, the Oran Hesse capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. She points to it on her photo. He started somewhere near here, I think. What next? Then he made his way to Predogrand, through what I think must be the Stadskanal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Predo, he sailed to the Insulintic Ocean, first the Semines Islands, then this. She points to his heart. What is that? Revachol, she says. Those are the two constants. Vredeford on the shoulder and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right here, right after the discovery of Insulinde at the dawn of the Intersolary Age. You said you can't read it. I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning. Who could tell me more? His platoon members, the other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade. Empathy, challenging, success, 12 or 12. It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial. I need the information. Mark it down. Ask the mercs about the tattoos. No, you're right. Leave it off the schedule. Inter-isolary. The mutually isolated age. Interesting. Do I want to mark it down to ask them about the tattoos? Or do we want to leave it off the schedule? We'll ask him about the tattoos. New task. Add Scadlever about the tattoos. Do what you have to do, detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you. We will be careful, ma'am. That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help. She hands you back the photo. Is there anything else I can help you with? You're on a boat. You're on a boat! She's on a boat, and she's standing fast, and she's got a nautical-themed pashmina afghan. Well, yes, I am. She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter overhead. Not a lot of people on boats, are there? Does she have a name? The boat? No. It is called Coeur d'Alene 19, because that's the type of sloop it is. Inland Empire, medium success, 12-11. The word it feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. Shivers, medium success, 11 out of 10. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness. You're reminded of something, or someone. Cool, but your boat really does need a name. Okay, how about Coeur d'Alene 19? Why? She taps on the side of the boat and makes a hollow sound. Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Coeur d'Alene, and its hull is 19 paces long. Sleek Fish or Dolores? Yeah. What do we want to call it? Sleek Fish or Dolores? Here we go. We'll do another one. In the boat. I like naming stuff with you guys. No, we're not naming it X something. That's for sure. I don't want to take any more morale damage because you guys keep having me talk about my ex-wife. Yukatar, you just want me to lose this game and to do something else. Terrible. What shall we name him? Right now it's tied, so we need to see another vote. Any takers? Nope, now it's not. I got 3 votes. Can I see 4? We got about 20 seconds left. Mama Bear, if you're still there, I'd love to see your vote. Now I've got 4 votes. 5 seconds. Can anybody get the 5th one in? This is fun. It's like horse racing. 3, 2, 1. Aha! Sleek Fish. Oh my goodness. Redeemed, highlight my message, 100. I don't know what channel points are or how to make use of them. I probably have to configure that or something. I have infinity channel points, so I guess I can do whatever I want. That does make it easier. Sleek Fish wins the vote 3-1. Let's get after it. What? Because it's sleek and fish-like. A smirk passes her face. I think I'll stick with the factory name, but thank you. But what kind of boat is it? Ah, yes, you do get channel points for being here for time. Good, yeah, that tracks with what little I can recall. I like it. It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business. How do you like it? My sloop? I like it a lot. Her lips curl into a wry smile. It's the eel's hips, baby. I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating. God damn it, Kim. You have a 1.2 times modifier, so we get 12 points every short unit of time. Oh, okay. How many points do you have right now, Ikotar? Esprit de Corps, medium success, 11 out of 10. I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her. 2.7k. Okay, alright. Is our chat messages the only thing you can redeem them for? I'm curious. Do you have a license for this boat? Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator. Perception, sight, easy, 8 out of 8. The crowns of her teeth are porcelain. Why does the boat's hull as she smiles? Half-light, easy, success, 9 out of 9. Qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming. Where's the damn license? Do we want to see her license? Nah, she's been, like, really good to us. We're gonna leave it. They let non-subs do sub things. But I sub, so... Oh, okay, alright, fair enough. That's good enough for me. Why wouldn't it be? This is Revachol. Wayfarer Act and all. Anyone can drive a boat. I think I have a handle on the boat thing. The only thing they do for you is to thing. You can set up custom things, like people do clever things, like 1,000 points to make me drink water or something. Aha! Alright. Well, take the next 5 minutes or so and drop some good ideas in chat for stuff you want to see as rewards for around 1,000 points, and I'll figure out... Eric has 2.7k and he's been around for like 4 streams, so it sounds like over the course of a stream you accrue about 1,000. So you need to be here like a little bit more than once in order to be able to redeem one of those. And we'll think of some funny stuff that we could do. You know, 1,000 points, 10 push-ups. All right, keep thinking. All right, we're gonna leave this for now. Let's see what stuff we have to do. Ask the scab leader about tattoos, the victim's tattoos. Ask around about the tattoo's possible meaning, which includes the scab leader. Choose the next dialogue option or something. That's a good idea as well. That actually like fits with the stuff better. And then I can start blaming people in my recaps. And then so-and-so made me do X. Alright, it's time to level up. We got a skill point, and we're 5 points away from another skill point. So we're going to get a couple. Man, perception, we're allowed to upgrade so much more because we internalize that thought. 1,000 to override a poll that has fewer than 10 voters. So every... Nah, it'd have to be like to override a poll that has fewer than 4 voters. The most we've ever seen is 5 or 6. So, like, okay, let's see. What do we want to add? 1,000 points equals you put on 1 t-shirt. Grencham, that's a good idea. Good to see you, man. That is hilarious. Oh, man. I might take a couple of these and, like, rate them based upon how much or how little I want to do them. That would be a good thing. All right, let's see. What do we want to do? The options I think I'm going to give you guys this time are suggestion. We can just, like, amp ourselves even more. Perception. And what was it to get? It was savoir-faire. Okay, so the options are suggestion, perception, and savoir-faire. All right, let me make a little poll here for this. New poll. Which skill? So we said it was suggestion, perception. Okay, so suggestion, this is our core trait. Perception, notice stuff. And savoir-faire. The docs. All right. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just gonna check on this. In the meantime, suggestion: charm men and women. Play the puppet master. Perception: see, hear, and smell everything. Let no detail go unnoticed. Basically, you get to be a dog. And savoir-faire: sneak under their noses. Stun with immense panache. So far, we've only got 1 vote. Come on, what do we want to be stronger at? Okay, now we've got 2. We're tied. We need a 3rd person to come break this tie, or to make it a 3-way tie, which would be funnier. What are we feeling, guys? What are we feeling? No, Ikatar, there are things I will not do on stream. Taking off my clothes is one of them. Well, not at your behest. I'd do whatever I want myself. You get the overlay so your cheers are read out on the stream. Maybe. Okay, so we're tied between... What is that? Perception and savoir-faire to get in the docks. You're right. Okay, so now's the time. Yes. So I've got to find a way... Oh, good. So this actually just does show up. Die. App. Okay, dice roller. We're going to roll 2d6. And if it's above a 7, we're going to do savoir-faire. And if it's below 7, we're going to do perception. And if it's on 7, we have to do it again. Let's see if this is a satisfying. Let's roll like 16 dice. It doesn't matter. Does this look cool? Okay, all right. That's good enough for me. It doesn't have like a very pleasant thing, but that's fine. Okay. We're going to roll 2 dice. All right, here we go. So above 7, savoir-faire. Below 7, perception. Here we go. It's 7. All right, we're rolling again. 12. All right, savoir-faire it is. Sneak under their noses, stunned with immense panache. Info. Cool for acrobats, thieves, unbearable show-offs. Savoir-faire urges you to be better than you are. It urges you to be disco. Slip by others in samurai boxing style, then tumble out the back with unexpected acrobatics. It enables you to move silent footsteps, to groove to a good beat, and to lift useful evidence off perps without them noticing. It also makes you a cooler cop, whose athletic flair will certainly impress the citizenry. At high levels, savoir-faire will make you the king of cool, which is to say, the most stylish douchebag in Revshal. Nobody... See a typo right here. There should be an E between the V and the C. Nobody will see you until you're ready to be seen, and then they'll get the full treatment, whether they want it or not. At low levels, however, you'll be a bumbling, feckless cop, unable to catch a pair of keys thrown by your partner without losing an eye. Yeah, 7 is the middle for 2d6, because if you think about it, 1 and 6 pair up, 2 and 5 pair up, 3 and 4 pair up, and then like on through the other way. So they're just the most different combinations that end up there. It's 12 out of the 36. Yeah, a third of the time. Yep. Yeah, Ikotar's got you on lockdown in chat. Did that save? Yes, it saved. And let's check this. Map. Cool. Policeman cloak. We can do that again. That's important. There are a few things we can do again. Okay. All right. Man, it's late. All right, let's go back to the bar. We can see whether or not that's... Whoa, what did I just see? Okay, nothing. All right, keep going. Keep going. Come on. Yeah, that's a triangle number? Is that what they're called? Oh, and that's gone. That's good. There's the bench again. Yeah, it's close to 9. It's close to 10 p.m. in game time. What else do we have in here? Oh yeah, I want to like try and force that door open again. Maybe if we take off our shirt, we can do that. In game, that gives us some extra physical instrument. Though I think that one was pain threshold. We'll have to see. This still isn't open. That's so frustrating. Are there other people around here I can talk to? Not really. I can't do this. Oh, Garassi's gone. Blue door. Alright, we still can't open the door. Alright. Back around. Let's see what's upstairs. If there's nothing, then we'll try our back way to the docks again. I just feel like at nighttime it might be harder. You can sleep after 2100. Sleeping heals all your health and morale. I don't know what benefit there is to, like, staying up late. It's Classia's room, a room I don't know. And then my room, which is full of bottles. Jeez. Look at that. Kim doesn't want to be here, I don't think. Oh, let's talk to Kim for a second.
Yes?
Why did the 41st send me? Sylvie suicide joke. Logic low, 17%. We're gonna roll for it. Yeah, dude, I don't know what mods are allowed to do in chat, Ikotar. Alright, let's try it. Check failure. Logic, formidable, failure. Because you're the best qualified? No, that doesn't seem right. No, that makes sense. I'm exceedingly qualified. If you're so well qualified, why can't you remember why you were sent? Anyways, don't keep the lieutenant waiting. Nothing. Okay. Alright, let's go outside. I don't know what's in here. I don't want to knock on Classia's door. There are a bunch of doors. Ban someone at random. Don't ban anybody, Ikotar. That's not... I have such little viewership as it is. Chat filter turns, ban people, time people out, review messages, auto mod catches, etc. Yeah. I mean, if you do go about banning people, like, time them out. Don't ban them. But don't do that. People here have been nice. We have had to ban people before, but not right now. What's going on, computer? Are we freaking out? We're a little high on resource utilization. That's okay though. All right. What's up there, Kuno? Blah blah blah. Yeah, I know you're banning werewolves, but Ikotar gets bored in chat sometimes. I have to be stern. Come on, up the stairs. There we go. Most checks have secret difficulty modifiers. Talking to the right person can reopen a closed white check. Oh, we've been seeing that. We've been seeing the little modifications happen. Alright, back up and around here. You can set a filter so no one types in all caps. Well, so far that would only ban you. So, yeah. Savoir-faire, 28%. Oh, wrong thing. Continue. Yeah, not right now. Let's check my stuff. Clothes, spray decor, reaction speed, physical instrument. None of this has any savoir-faire. Does any of this have minus savoir-faire? These pants have -1 savoir-faire. We're going to switch them out. There we go. Not wearing a shirt. Anything else? Savoir-faire. 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 That's how we're min-maxing it. Or do we want to leave these on and then we can retry? Is that how that works? Merbles, do you know? Like if I put these pants on, which are -1 savoir-faire, and then I try it, and then I take them off so my savoir-faire is higher, do I get to try it again? Also, why do I have -2? Do I have... Is it something in my thought cabinet? Blah, blah, blah. No. Yeah, why do I have -2 savoir-faire? Is it going to tell me here? 2. Bonus from items, -1. This is bonus from items, -1. What thing am I holding that's giving me minus? The shoes. Okay. All right. Well, Marbles isn't telling me, but we're gonna put on these other pants because we're not gonna be pantsless. Interfacing. The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something, soft yet crinkly. Take the item out. Item gained: apricot chewing gum wrapper. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. Reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. Pain threshold, medium success, 10 out of 10. Not familiar in a good way, you might say. There's pain in there somewhere. I see. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, we've got stuff to interact with, too. But first, savoir-faire. 58%. All right. Here we go, chat. Let's do it. Again? Again? Check failure. Roll a 4. Nope. No. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer, and you've climbed way too high up here. Right. I can't do it now. I'll make the jump next time. Sure, he says, looking at your world. Just be careful, okay? It looks like you almost strained your muscles there. Yeah, not right now. Okay, let's go to my inventory and mess with my savoir-faire stat and see if this reopens anything. That, and put the shoes on. Okay, what about now? It's still locked. Dang, I should have tried it the other way first with the lower thing. Alright, not right now. Well, damn it. How do I get Kim to leave for the night? Is that a thing I can do? Oh, it's nighttime. Let me, where is it? Items, tools, flashlight. There we go. Now this is useful. Back down we go. Nothing like a loading screen. Robin Hood and Little John are walking through the forest. Ooh-la-la, gala, what a day. RTX Disco Elysium? Yeah, well, I mean, no. This doesn't have 3D graphics, so it doesn't. Alright. Let's get back to the cafe. Oh yeah, there's like a door here, too. And we'll check... Alright, actually, I think I'm going to take a break. So let's chill out for a sec. And I am going to... Whoa, look at the way the light works in this screen. This is dope. Continue. Yeah, geez. That's dope. Sleeping is a mechanism in this game. Anyways, I'm going to take a little break. My voice is still feeling it. It's been about another 50 minutes. I'll be back in somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes. But I'll leave some music on for you guys. And we'll keep going. We'll check the list of stuff we can do to see what's going on. We're just about to reach the end of our first day. All right. See you guys soon.